is another hot, humid day here in Tennessee. It's July 25th. It's Monday. It's been in the 90s and close to the hundreds here for the past few days. So I guess today's gonna be the same thing. Haven't made any videos in a while because we've been working on some big stuff here at the sawmill and at the business we run. And after a few years of working hard at this, I'm finally going to be in a position to where I can saw full time and do the woodworking and the logging all together. I'm finally going to have some free time now, enough to where we can go back to that barn that we was working on and that old log cabin that we showed a few months ago. We're going to go and take both of those structures down. I've also acquired an old farmhouse that needs to be tore down. We're going to be taking it down as well, and we got lots of timber to cut. I'm gonna take the camera with me today. I've only got a few hours of free time today, and I got a few different places to go look at and try to get back here to the shop and work on some maple slabs that are ready to sell. So stick with us here, and if you've been subscribed this whole time, we appreciate it, and hit that like button if you enjoy this content. We're going to keep on putting the videos out and see where this channel goes. Customer called me. It's got a big oak tree that came down in their front yard. They're going to need sawed up, so we're going to stop by that place and see what they got on hand. That was a good red oak log right there. That's about 40-inch diameter. I think we agreed to make about a 10.5-foot log out of it, and we're going to come back here in a few weeks when he gets the rest of the brush cleaned up and saw that log on site. On the way home here, I had to stop at the grocery store to pick up a few things, and I ran into a familiar face, a person I never met before, named Jonathan Davis. Now, he's the lead singer of a band that was pretty famous in the 90s called Super Drag out of Knoxville. I used to go down there about every weekend. Me and my friends would and go see them guys play at the bars. But apparently he's up here in Kingsport this weekend camping at one of the parks. He lives down in Nashville now, but I never got to meet him. I probably saw those guys in concert 30 or 40 times at least, but that was pretty neat getting to meet him like that today. Never would have thought I'd be at Food City in a little town of Kingsport and run into John Davis there. It is up in the 90s now. It's super hot. It's always a good day when you come home and you got a Wood-Mizer box full of blades waiting on you from the resharp service. I'm running a little short on time today. I got to pick up my son in a few hours, so I'm probably not going to get to that spotted maple. I'll try to get out in the wood shop either late tonight or early in the morning and start hand planing that stuff up. I am going to get this sawhorse out and do a little review on it and see how good it does. Well, before we get started here with the jaw horse, I'm going to do a little moisture meter check on this walnut that's been drying. If you've seen our other videos, the old walnut logs or the sawmill down, the Wood-Mizer, and a few of those, this is some of the walnut that was sawed up in those videos. It's been out here air drying all summer. So, I got my moisture meter out. This is a Wagner pinless moisture meter. MMC 220 Wood-Mizer sells these, and of course they don't make them. Wagner makes them, but it's pinless. It does not require any pins to be drove down into the wood in order to get your reading. You just hold it on top of the wood. So let's see how this wood's doing. I can get in there. That shadow, 13.9 right there on that end. That's pretty good right here, air drying. 13.9. Of course, it's been a hot summer so far. So another check on this one here. Get a 12.5. Now these are 8-quarter slabs, and if you're thinking they dried real fast, well, they did not. A lot of these logs sit out in the log yard down there for 2 or 3 years, so they've been drying in log or form before I even put them on the mill. So let's do another test down here. If you can see it or not, that's 14.9 0.1. I can't tell. I'm using the iPhone here. If it's coming through or not. Well, what have we got here? This is the Rockwell. They call it the jaw horse, but it's pretty much a sawhorse. It's a little bit better than your regular sawhorses that you got. It's usually just made out of 2x4s. I got a couple of sets of jaw horses. They work just fine. I got no complaints about them. But the thing that this right here offers that those do not have is a clamping mechanism. So one thing about working with sawhorses, once you put your material, your saws or whatever you're putting on them, they're not secured at all to the horses. There's no, unless you got some bar clamps you're using on your own to clamp them on there. There's no way to clamp your material on there. And when you got this barnwood and you're removing nails, which all the barnwood's going to have nails in it, very rarely does it not. It's going to it's the word I'm looking for. It's going to shake. It's going to vibrate as you try to drive those nails out of it while it's on the jaw horse. And from what I read, this right here takes a lot of that out of the equation. The weight capacity is about 600 pounds. And the clamping force is 1,000 pounds. These retail for like $149. I got this on sale about a month ago for $89 at one of the big box stores here. So they ran them on sale. They had 2 of them. I think it was a pretty good deal. But this is the first time I'm getting to use it. And the way it works is, of course, you put your material between the clamps. It's got a locking mechanism on the back. And once you bring it up and secure it close to the work, it's got a foot pedal. It draws it in and secures it on there. So it's pretty simple. So we're going to put a few boards on here and see how stout it is. As you can see, that's all there is to it, and this thing really eliminates the need for 2 sawhorses. I mean, you could probably get 2, but one of them is sufficient here. It's really doing plenty, I think. It's pretty stout. I got it secured in there. You try to pick the board up, and the whole vise comes up. Let's try to drive some of these nails out and see what it does. I'm telling you what, it makes driving the nails out a lot easier here with this thing being secure. This is well worth the money. It's going to save a lot of time here and increase production when it comes to processing this barnwood, because it's always full of metal, as I said before. I'm going to keep on denailing this barnwood and trying out this jaw horse. So far, I give it 2 thumbs up.